So no, this is not the live that we're doing today. Of course, I'm just stopped by here very quickly because last night I didn't come on here. Yeah, I'm barely getting up, by the way. Well, I've been up for about a good 30 minutes. Brushed my teeth, washed my face, did my little meditation, whatever. So I'm actually getting ready for my nail appointment, which was supposed to be yesterday, but he got so busy. I was like, no, bitch, we're not doing that. You're not throwing me in the middle of what you got going on. And then I get that I'm waiting for 30 minutes to an hour because that's usually how it goes. So either way, y'all, I hope you guys are doing well. Yes, honey. Shout out to you all. Happy Valentine's Day. And rather, this is a day to celebrate relationships, intimate relationships. So people don't understand relationships are everything and more. Okay. And you're like, bitch, what the fuck does that mean? Well, relationships is not just about, intimacy, right? There's different type of relations, different types of connections. And whether it is, platonic, whether it is a business relationship, whether it is a family and friend relationship, relationship or relations or connection, it is a connection, an exchange of something. And that's why it's called relationships, friendships, movement, shifting, changing gears, going through the rocky, and all this is symbolic, of course. People are going to say, I didn't know that, girl, people get stupid, girl, with shit, girl, they get carried away. So either way, going into this, I believe it was going to be the 1st of February. Maybe it could have been, I can't remember when we went. It's probably been about almost 3 weeks now. And so I was gifted some stuff, you guys, for myself, and it's to do work for clients. But I always tell y'all, like, I always have access to certain products and certain items. So I took it as my friends gifting me this. This is the spirit telling me, okay, there's some of your people that need to, that's going to benefit from these products. And so I uploaded pictures on the community, and you could see like apples, you could see like a champagne glass candle, you could see a little fruit candle, which is like a fruit pie with kiwi down the center of it. You could see rose candles, heart-shaped candles. And y'all, we have a lot of this. But I want to do 3 because I tell you, I work in 3s, and also going into everybody need their own individual, attention. Some people may be trying to manifest things on a different level in a different way. And so I really pace myself. By the way, the full moon just passed, 2 or 3 days ago. So we're still in that full moon energy, new beginnings, things coming into fruition, things coming through, full circle. Of course, going into the history of this day, whether it's been good or bad throughout the whole history, this is kind of a ritualistic day. And of course, later when I come back, we'll go over the history of that. Of course, if you have not done your research, but I don't know why anybody would not do their research on any day they're actively a part of or any holiday they're celebrating. But I'll come back with that. I got some little surprise for y'all later. So yes. So going into this, we know, if you do not know, that candles hold a lot of power, right? The intention is the most important, but candles represents it's symbolic for something. It also represents energy, shifting things. Also, it is believed that whatever's in the physical, once it disappears, it goes into the spiritual. So as the wax melts, right? Because a lot of times, it completely burns down with just a little bit of wax. The magical process behind that is, people assume that it dissolved and it went into the spirit, and now the candles start doing, the workings. And of course, spiritually speaking, there's some truth to that, right? The candles and the incense, they kind of petition for you. They represent some type of body of energy that moves and shifts things for you. And so going into the apple, going into the fruit, we know that these are all symbolic for pleasure, love, contentment, happiness, celebration. And even though these things are also used for love, these things could also be used for, cursing and breaking apart and healing, right? When it comes to fruit, no, we'll say this. When it comes to candles, period, candles have multi purposes regardless of what it is. Everyone, and I always tell y'all this, I know the mindset of someone magically or the knowledge that they possess on magic based on me asking, what color of candles would you use for protection? And the first thing they go to is the basic black and white. I already know there's a lot they need to learn. If they then maybe add on black or a red, then I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, you still got a lot to learn, because literally every single color of the rainbow could be used to repair, to heal, to destroy, to create, to bring in money. And it all depends on the purpose. This is why certain days are assigned for certain things. But if it is an emergency situation, you're able to do other workings in other days. And of course, we explain this in our candle magic class and stuff. And I showed y'all we revamped all our classes. So yes, all the classes that you've you knew about in the past, or even new class you want to take, you hit me up and I will, definitely, let you know the class started recorded, and or we'll record it and you'll get it within 2 or 3 days. And that's how fast we're moving. Okay. So yes, going into the candles on there, these are called ceremonial candles. This is not basic as candle work. This is not just idea. And of course, when you sign up for the work, which of course is $175, this is typically $250 to $500 plus the consultation fee on top of that. I'm including it all in this pricing, $175. But this is considered a ceremonial ritual. So of course, like I said, this is also, building, this is love, this is, attracting someone, this is also connecting with yourself, bringing in self-love, because of course, if you don't have self-love, you're not going to really attract, a complete relationship. There's going to be something missing. And even going into this as well, like I would hear people say, no relationships are perfect. I've been in my relationship for so many years, but 100 years, 6 years, whatever. I would say this. I think that in the past, a lot of our ancestors got together based off of trauma and also what their parents went through. Marriage and stuff was established as a business, right? It was established for business purposes, whether this is publicly or privately. And what I mean by publicly or privately, whether or not the younger daughter was, forced into marrying an older man because this man had money and they were broke, so they couldn't feed all these kids or whatever. And it could be even the oldest daughter too, the eldest, because the older they get, the more they have to eat for whatever reason. Everybody had their own reason behind it. Or if this was a means of marrying someone to get insurance, or to be able to buy a house, or to be able to get, tax exemptions, whatever the case may be. People marry in the past for other reasons besides love. And in modern day time, we're also still brainwashed into thinking that you have to be in a relationship, that you have to be married, that you have to have the quote unquote American dream. And what you guys are seeing in 2025, that the American dream is being happy and content with your motherfucking self and knowing who and what the fuck you are and establishing your own motherfucking foundation. And then the rest will come. So we're getting cleaned up. There's a lot of cleaning up that's taking place, good or bad. And this is what it's come to. And so ceremonially, once again, going into marriage and going into the purpose of doing these, or the rituals that we're doing, we're also going to be, separating. Maybe you're in a relationship right now that you're trying to end and it's hard to walk away from. this ritual or a ritual during this time period, today until Monday, would be perfect for you to join. If you're, and I tell y'all this too, it depends on the situation, because money for rituals, and I say this humbly and I say this very respectfully, okay? Don't take this the wrong way. And if you do, who cares? Because maybe you're not really a supporter, so you feel tough way about this. I'm always giving thanks to certain people, when I'm here and I'm speaking about magical things and we're doing events and stuff, because y'all, some of these people, we do events and Wonder Medic is one of them. We do events and Wonder Medic will not even be able to join, but Wonder Medic would say, here's a donation. So she would send enough money to cover her stuff as if she's coming, and then she would send a little extra something. And so it's the idea that she's like, well, I may not be there or I may not have it, but here's a donation to help you in some way. And so going into this, right? Going into the events and the support and also the good stuff, I don't have to do how I used to do, right? I used to be on here all day, 8 hours a day, be on here, connect with y'all. Yes, it was fun. Yes, it was good. During that time, bitch, I would get on here, we would do our thing. I would get off. I would get into my working, whatever. Of course, I only did certain work. So I had a lot of time, right? And I was also like, well, let me get out of here. Let me show my people that I'm available. So if they want to get a reading, a case, whatever, they can reach out to me. That was one of the main things why I was doing that. But now we've gotten to a point where we have people supporting us. So like I said, I don't have to, shimmy, put on stunts and shit to get money from y'all, right? I don't have to do that. I never had to put on a show as far as to lie, but instead I don't have to advertise myself. I don't have to be here consistently because there's people that always reaches out to me to get work done. There's people, like Wonder Medic who always supports me, and I'm very thankful and grateful for that. And so going into that, the whole purpose of me going into this is, I get my support. So I don't have to beg. I don't have to, do too much to get it. And even going into the people that I be trying to do what they do. That's their business, because I try to keep, on my own self, because a bitch is too busy to be worrying about the next person. Hello. Let's talk about it. We do bring things up because people do make their way over here, or they want me to know what they're doing. So I'm calling out. I see what the fuck you doing, scammer. Okay, and I stand on that. There's no allegedly, bitch. It is what it is. We have records from courts and all that good stuff. Okay, anybody, and like I said, bitch, if anybody feeling jumpy and all the good stuff on Valentine's Day or not, I'm always down to drop the receipts and drop the names attached to the receipt. Hello, including mug shots. Okay. So either way, separation, the only way, this is why I'm getting into this, the only way I do, because it's not about the money that make me tingle, tingle, jingle, jingle. Okay, can we talk about it? Because that was the case, girl. Even as a sex worker girl, I would have been doing a lot of shit for a couple of dollars. And a lot of people know me. And girl, you can ask anybody out right now. Have I ever done anything with proof for a little bit of chump change and anything outside of my own integrity and my own morality? I've never done it. Bitch, I'm not about to do nothing crazy for a couple of $100 when I do something not so crazy for the same amount or more. Can we talk about it? So the same thing with separations and hexing and doing fucked up shit. The reason why we do consultations and we connect with people is I need to see where you're at. I will not perform rituals on people who come across clearly mentally disturbed. Now, you may say, who am I to judge? Because of my conscience, I'm not going to sit here and soothe someone's mental instability. Someone who was scorned because a man didn't want them no more, a woman didn't want them no more. I'm not going to sit here because you got $500, $1,500 for me, respectfully, to do a separation ritual because this man or woman said they don't want you no more. And of course you can say, well, they gave me the intention that they did want me. And the fact that we've come to this, they really didn't want me all along. I'm upset about it. Well, you have a right to be upset, but you should be upset at yourself. So I'm always about teaching people that the anger and the upsetness should really start with you. Let's stop looking and pointing fingers at the man tricking you or the woman stringing you along. We're all grown, y'all. We're 20. It's 2025. We all claim to be intuitive. At least my people. We all claim that we have intuition. We get readings. We know our things. So it's like to sit here and tell me that a man has played with you, a woman has played with you, and it's like, but how? Like he played with you because you allowed him to play with you. She played with you because you allowed her to play with you, and that's what it comes down to. So I will not perform separation rituals or any type of heavy dark magic just because you got money for me. Consultations are everything. It tells me a lot about you without you even telling me a lot about you. And yeah, I pick up little, nuances where I'm like, something ain't right here. This is not, this man owe you something. This is not somebody came in and fucked this man up. Because I have told y'all there are situations that I've had where people were not actively practicing energetic work. They did not secure their home. They did not secure their bag because the man was the bacon. The man brought home the bacon. I was going to say pig bacon maker, but we're not going to say that because I hate pigs. But no Tino shade. I hate pigs. But they did not secure their home. They did not lock their man down. So the man got a little bored. They wasn't cooking for the man. They wasn't giving the man when he wanted something because they were so tired with dealing with the kids. They were so tired from being at home, dealing with everybody else. And so they were not able to perform for this husband. And all the husband asked was from some nookie, and they could not do this. So what the husband did was he started doing a Build-A-Bitch. He started finding multiple women who have this wife's characteristics. And this has happened on multiple occasions, but this one in particular I remember because we worked so closely together for almost a year before this became a full turnaround. So he literally was finding women who like resembled her, had certain characteristics of her. And that was at in the fucking salt to injury, bitch, because she was like, wait a minute. These people look like me. Well, so what's really going on there? So what ended up happening was younger people started coming in. One of the people in particular was doing working because she knew that this man had money and she didn't want him for a long time. She wanted him for some fun time. And so this client actually gagged because, y'all, this is, I think, the first time ever when I did a reading and I got the person's name instantly. And I was like, well, who is blank blank? And she was like, I don't think I know a blank blank. And then, okay, we're talking. And then, of course, she come back. And she's like, wait a minute. Yeah, I do know this lady. And she's in like some type of realtor or something like that. And blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, so you do know her. And she's like, well, not really. I heard of her. Yeah. Long story short, and I try not to get into too deep a stories without their permission. Of course, they always come forward and say, you can talk about it. I will freely talk about it. But this lady ended up doing some workings on her because, a lot of the new age girls, and we would say new age, new comings, new beginnings, new world, energies get into magic, men and women. There's actually more men doing work than women are nowadays. It used to be more women coming to do more work with spiritualists, but now it's actually men getting these women together. I'm just giving, listen, I'm the messenger. Don't shoot me down. And so anyway, this woman was working this man. And like I said, it took us, a year to completely break down the process and build the process back up. But we were head on. We hit it. And so not locking down your home, not locking down and securing the bag creates people to come in and make their move because everybody's up for grabs. You ultimately don't own a man. You ultimately don't own anybody, a woman. You ultimately don't own your job, your car, your house. The bottom line, everything is a loaner. Everything is temporary. So you as you got to put your name on it. Everything you own, the way you own is because your name's on it. Am I correct or am I not correct? Like I said, teach me something, honey. I'm always down to learn. Okay, hello. But your name ain't on it. And so you want to put your name on things magically. And this is why we claim Okay, we decree and we declare in the spirit realm that this is our place, that this is what we own. And that's why I say going into this whole bullshit with a lot of shit that go on. A lot of people putting their name on anything. They're not putting their name on anything, and the shit is up for motherfucking grabs. And even going to these spirituals back in the day who knew about magic but had to be foreclosed on and bankrupted on. Baby, that's a process. The idea that you were not willing to fight for the house that you claim was rightfully yours just show that it really wasn't rightfully yours, and you probably got it through some other fucked up ass means. Because I know goddamn well we've all been in that motherfucking situation. Those who have something, we've all been in situations where people threatened to take it away, but because we put our name on it, bitch, it was not taketh. It was not tooketh. And you can use both taketh and tooketh. It was not taketh or tooketh. So you lost it, you foreclosed, you bankrupted because the magic wasn't there. And that's okay. See, we learn from our mistakes, and mature people are able to maturely say, I didn't know better. But see, people like me, I came into this knowing things because I had older people. Okay, I think my eldest friend is almost 90 years old. And we're talking about even as a teenager, my eldest friend was like 72. So I have a lot of wisdom because I've always been around a lot of older people. Okay. Younger people was okay because I felt like, okay, we're good. You know, it's kind of like a kindredness there. But the older people told a story for me. It prepared me for my future. So like I said, I came into this knowing things. I came in as prepared. Right. So it wasn't that I wanted to offer things because it was cute. It's what it make money. Or I learned how to trace my name. And now all of a sudden I'm a fucking teacher because I learned how to trace my name on a piece of paper. I actually been through things. I actually seen people go through things. And I learned from this. So like I said, this is what wisdom looks like. Okay. This is not what age look like. This is what wisdom look like. Okay. And so that's what we learn. Okay, going into the magic stuff, it's a little more different because now you're dealing with things beyond your own comprehension. As a magi, a true sorcerer, a true witch, a true spiritist will tell you that we're dealing with things outside of ourselves. So this is why we go into things prepared. It's why we go into things knowledgeable. We prepare for things. Okay? And spirit show us along the way. And we also pay attention. So either way, going into the fruit and the apples and the flowers, all these things mean something different. And like I said, we're not just going to be lighting this stuff up. If you join this event or, you know, this special, we're going to call it special, I'm going to be sending you pictures. This is going to be done in levels, but you're going to get an idea how things are going to be going. You know, I don't. And I think this is going to be the first ever. A lot of times when I do work, y'all, I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is what we doing here? This is a reveal. This is the first time reveal, y'all. I'm going to really be done. Let me see what time it is. Okay, yeah, I got to get ready to go. My appointment's at 12 o'clock, girl. It's going to take about 40 minutes to get there. So, when I send pictures to my clients, you guys, I take pictures after pictures after pictures after pictures. I learned a long time ago that you should not take pictures or videos and send to clients. For two reasons, especially until the work is done. For two reasons, is that clients could, look at the videos, look at the pictures and be like, what is this? What is this? And they're focusing on the process and not the results. And or clients could also be getting work done with other people and they're sending out your pictures to other people. Now, I told y'all this, I'm not going to say who, what, when, why, and how, but throughout the years, people have sent me pictures of other workings that other spiritists claim they did for them. And we were able to dissect the work that was being done. And I was telling them honestly that I don't think they really performed the work that they claimed they were working. I think that they just, sent you pictures. But like I said, for me, I don't send out secret things. I don't send out things I do in that type. Like I will send out pictures, but if you were to share these pictures, you will send to these other spiritual people. Okay, they'll be able to dissect it, but they won't be able to know the process of how I'm doing my shit. Going into the actual working that I do, it's a little more elaborated. It's a little more luxurious than what I put out there. Y'all saw little snippets and stuff over the past. You check on my IG, you see some little candle set up, a little, a little ritual that was performed, that was set up, and I kind of shared it for. I think it was a St. Patty's Day. I think it was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. So either way, I don't share those type of pictures because those are intimate, and then at the same time they're workings, but they're also offerings to the spirit. And I learned that spirits also, when you're offering things to spirit wants that for itself. Spirit doesn't want you to be out here showing off what you're doing with it and for it. Okay? That's how spirits like. Spirits are not narcissistic. Spirits are not clout chasing. Spirit don't need recognition like that. And like I said, this is why the ancients speak about praying in silence, praying in secrecy. It wasn't really about you praying alone when nobody's around. It was really about you keeping your shit to yourself. And even sometimes when you're blessing people, because a lot of people thought over the years, oh, come on in here, that I potentially could have been a scammer. People throughout the years, haters, and people who can't get it like me because they don't know magic. They can't move shit the way that I can move shit, and a lot of people can move shit because I'm not the only one who can move shit. They were like, well, there has to be a way that they're getting this. There has to be some type of way. That's to make them start looking into shit. And like I tell you, it's because I pray in secret. Bitch, I connect to spirits authentically. I connect to spirit for the purpose of me getting to somewhere, not to show people, look, here's proof that I'm connected. We're not about to give a tour of my shrines. I'm not about to go through every statue grove. You come to my home, you see my shit. You've never been to my house, you're not gonna see no statue of Nebuchadnezzar. You're not gonna see no statue of fucking Anubis, King Tut. You're not gonna see none of that. Occasionally, I will show y'all some statue of Lady Guadalupe. I've showed my, one of my statues of Santa Manta. Of course, I've showed some archangels. Of course, I've showed Oshun. But that's it, girl. We're not getting into all my shit because I don't do this for you. I do this for me. I do this for spirit. And out of respect for spirit, I like I said, I like secrecy. And that's how real spirituals move. So we're not going to have it's where I get on camera, you're seeing all my statues behind me because those are props. That's what actors and actresses do. What would separate me from a witch or bitch playing a witch? If I got on camera with all my shit behind me. Can we talk about it? Because energetically, we're talking about the spiritual world. I don't need you to see that I'm protected physically. What did one of the spirituals say? I don't think you have spiritual powers. The one out there in Alabama. She said, I don't see a magical. I don't know about y'all, but when I look at this motherfucker, I don't see nothing magical. Look at my life. Hello! Look at my life, bitch. Look at my life. That's the magic. Look at my life. Anybody, we could do a testimony. My best friend, my sisters, people who've met me in person, we could do a testimony. What energy did you felt when we sing? What was the experience that you had? Even the bitch that we don't talk no more could tell you our experiences. Y'all remember my videos we did with Mr. Leo, a atheist? He didn't believe in spiritual shit. He didn't believe in the power of spirit. He didn't believe in this. He didn't believe in that. His family didn't believe in prayer and all that. And this motherfucker became a believer. And I made him to become a believer. But when you're a part of spirit, spirit do workings, and spirit will work through you to show people that spirit is real. And that's what it comes down to. So it's like when you have it, you have it. But I'm doing it for me. The spirit is what's important. When I'm out of here, my ranking is more important than what my ranking is here. My physical ranking is not that important to me. I don't care to be recognized as the most powerful. I don't care to have 1 million followers, because at the end of the day, when spirit is really blessing you, are you after the fame? Are you after the fortune? Are you after the benefits? Bitch, I want the benefits when this is all said and done. I want the benefits when this is all said and done, honey. I don't care to be known like that. I want the benefits. If the spirits know my name, they call it the book of life. That's all that matters. Can we talk about it? That's all that matters. Okay. So there we go. later, like I said, I will be back later again. Come on in here, King of Sheba. Guess what? Come on here, Shamika. How you doing? Hey, Julie V. Yes, Grand Rising. King of Sheba. I had to go back. Oh, come on in here. I was like, did I tell Jay publicly or privately? And this is good, Jay. This is good, honey. Brace yourself. I said, did I tell Jay privately or publicly about the avatar of Oshun? And I was like, damn, like sometimes I just be here talking and things just slip out because now you're connecting me to my root. Now you're re-establishing my roots. You're re-establishing my connections, right? And my spiritual lineage. So this avatar of Oshun for the indigenous world, and the indigenous world would be, I'm going to say all the Americas, North America, Central America, South America, because baby, there's no difference. And divided you fall, together you stand. We're all separated, and this is why shit is going on. But it dawned on me because the story of Oshun has always been switched up, right? And we could say with all the Orishas, Oshun, Yemaya, even Oya. And it's always been different Patakis, different stories of their life and who they represent and what they're connected to. And so literally, this spirit has a male counterpart, as most female powerful spirits do. And this spirit has been venerated for a very long time in the Americas. And for sure, at least the past 500 years now. And a lot of people still venerate the spirit. But of course, this is not secrecy, but it's not really talked about. I think that the Orishas were kind of exploited, and that's my opinion of that. I think the Orishas was exploited over these years. I think a lot of people, American people are born, they're basic in their magic. And so they had to come across different, and it kind of became like a telephone thing. One person came out and said, I'm connected to, blah, 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 blah. Now everybody's claiming this. Girl, people who are Boule, Masons, they say they're connected. I'm like, y'all, honestly, I've been in the spiritual stuff since I was for sure actively 12 years old. That's actually being aware of who I am. I was not aware of Oshun, and I really wasn't aware of Yemaya neither. I was not aware of Yemaya until 2008, right? 2008, 2009. And a Salvadorian who I still talk to this day, y'all. Could you believe this? We've never met up in person. We've never had any, sexual relationship person, but we've always talked via the internet stuff because, the type of work he does. I'm not going to get into that. Maybe we will in a meeting this year. But I always liked Aqua Blue, and I told y'all, Yemaya, this image of her had aqua blue. She had blue eyes, and so I had her on this page. And the guy was like, "Do you know who that lady is in that picture?" And I was like, "No, but she's beautiful." And he's like, "Yeah, it's blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh, really?" So I was like, "Okay, let me look up characteristics of her." And so, of course, I'm looking it up, and this wasn't on Google or anything. I looked this up, and I'm seeing like water, and this I'm like, well, I'm not really into water, but blah blah blah. But something is connected to the spirit. Well, coming to find out, I am rising Pisces, and Yemaya, means the mother of fish. Also, the good shit. It breaks down the different stuff. We won't get into that because I'll be here longer than expected. But he's like, I actually think that you are connected to this spirit. Now, of course, I'm looking at this spirit and I'm like, well, if I am connected to the spirit, she needs to show me. So this is like 2009, 2010. I was like, well, she needs to show me. So then I am doing something in 2011. I think I went on a website called mihente.com. And there was a guy that moved to California from New York. And I think I can't remember what he was. But either way, I think his name was Osmoon, or his name was stuff. His name, hold on. Let's see what it's given. Anyway, it was a toll free number. I was like, who the hell is calling? Okay, so anyway, so going forward, y'all, because we gotta get into that. We talked about that before. Um, so there's actually indigenous spirit that is the avatar of Oshun, and she has been venerated for a very long time. And she is still venerated in secrecy. And if you know, you know. If you don't know, too bad for you. So her name is actually Atabe. Okay. And this also goes into some crazy shit too, right? Oh, Beyonce is allegedly the daughter of Oshun. Now, we're going to say allegedly because, of course, I think she's definitely connected to Oshun. I don't think she's the direct daughter of Oshun, but I think she received some type of favor from Oshun. I think that there was a witch, and I see this lady right here. This lady kind of looks like Sophia Stewart. So I'm not going to say if it is Sophia Stewart now, but there's a lady that looks like Sophia Stewart who allegedly have the rights or connections to Oshun and other goddess energies like that. Like she holds this power. So a lot of these people go to this priestess for favor with spirits. And allegedly this priestess will get possessed by these spirits too to let them know who they're connected to. And this is all coming to me right now, y'all. So either way, Beyonce, Bey, share the same name. Now, of course, y'all breaking down Ata, right? Names mean things, right? Names mean things, right? There's a reason why knowledge, knowing, know, all this sound the same. It sounds the same, but it's spelled different, right? They even have different definitions. The phonetics and how you interpret things is how you interpret things. The ears only could distinguish what is told mundanely by what things mean, right? It interprets what it is told mundanely, but spiritually, the ears will always be able to hear. So the ears didn't learn how to hear. The ears were created to hear, right? And so with that being said, when you hear something, however you hear it is however you receive it. People have to, and this is spellbounding, and this is separation. Oh, come on in here. This is some type of bonding where they have to correct you and let you know that's not what this is. This is actually what this means. And you're like, wait, what? You're kind of, taken back like, wait a minute. I didn't even know that. And it's even come up too, because we talked about something last night. Me and somebody, we talked about something last night. And I was like, yeah, that's not that word. So it was kind of a misinterpretation. So it took the energy somewhere else, right? And so either way, yes, Atabe, Atabey. That is the avatar of Oshun. Okay, there we go. That's it, Jay. Okay, hello. Yes, honey, come on in here. Yes, won't be that ever get. We'll probably do that tonight. That'll be my comeback for tonight. We'll probably do a Beyond 11th Gate tonight. If not a Beyond 11th Gate, we'll do a Midnight Intro because there are some freaky shit. Beyond 11th Gate are things that happen beyond explanation. I really, honestly, truly need to find a new site where they're talking about new mysterious things. I feel like a lot of stuff is recycled. I don't like to recycle things. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not. I don't like to talk about the same stuff that other people are talking about. And so, like Bigfoot and all the good shit, which I will go over that. In Beyond the 11th Gate, I will talk about a Bigfoot because I believe a supporter and I was talking about how Bigfoot is real, and I'm like, yeah, aliens are real too, but not to the extent that they're saying that these creatures exist and how these creatures are, right? They're not this mysterious thing that just appeared and they're like, oh, what are these people? Oh, I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Like I would, like girl, like I'm not gonna say. We'll say that for a Beyond Love Game. We'll say that for a conversation of that. Okay, we got to be in that sacred, that safe and sacred space to have conversations like that. Come on in here. Let's see. Come on in here. Here's Xanatua. It's it's Atabe. Yes. No. No. Mm-mm. No. 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 No, honey. Atabe is not Yimaya. Can we talk about this? So, how you know that Atabe is not Yimaya? Yimaya represents pregnancy because of salt water. And we know that semen is salty. We know that vaginal fluid is salty. It contains salt, right? We know that, and I'm not being funny, when you ejaculate, you lose electrolytes. Sodium is an important electrolyte that the body needs. And when you ejaculate, you lose that. Okay, that's why people who are very sexually active and they don't eat a healthy diet, or they're not drinking a lot of water, they're not resting, they will have kids, but the kids will have developmental issues, and or they will start looking dried up and sucked up. And it's not because they have something or there's a spirit on them, it's that they really are losing their important nutrients every time they ejaculate. That's why they talk about retention. Now, going into that, salt water, right? Oshun represents sweet water. Now, of course, going into real scientifically, the real scientific reason for, why, Yimaya deals with pregnancy, and Oshun also deals with pregnancy. A lot of people don't even know that. Oshun also preserves, Oshun helps you to get pregnant. Yimaya preserves your pregnancy. Oshun also makes sure you have a healthy deliverance, and Yimaya helps you, keep the baby protected while the baby's in your womb. Okay, so Atabe is a fresh water goddess. She was protected, still protected, and still sacred to Taino Native Americans. The waters that are around places of the Awawak or Taino people, those are my people, right? Which actually are descendants of the Destana people, which, by the way, if you don't know, come from South America, Brazil, and all that. So even in this current day life right now, oh girl, I'm getting chills right now. Even in this modern day life, y'all, a lot of you may be North America and South America, but you meet people and you have so much in common because there is a linkage there. And the crazy thing about it is, y'all, too, like this can go on spiritually and physically, because I'm related to the Dasana people by my paternal, right? My paternal energy. But someone I know who could also be connected to the Dasana people, who I believe that's how we're connected, physically, they actually look like the people of my maternal side. Right. And I believe, even, I'm willing to stand corrected. And, if she want to say something about it, she can. But I've seen pictures. I've showed her pictures of my relatives that she looked like. And she showed pictures of her relatives that look like my relatives. And I'm like, that is so fucking crazy to even to have how spirit works, how things are interpreted, spiritually and physically, and how there is a spiritual connection to people and there's a physical connection to people. And even though you're physically separate, you still have a spiritual connection. And so either way, Atabe is a freshwater spirit. And none of these places that I mentioned have fresh water. The water around Puerto Rico and all these other places, South America, is salt water. Okay. Going into even the counterpart. Now, of course, I can see why people can also get get it misconstrued that Atabe is Yimaya, when Atabe were connected to twins. Now, of course, the story was that Yemaya either adopted twins or she had twins, and Oshun took care of the twins, right? And of course, like I said, there's different stories, different mix-ups. So I'm sure what I'm saying is correct, and it's also incorrect, depending on the story that it's told. And so there we go. Achebe is connected to twins. Achebe had a male counterpart. Achebe also had a fight or a energy confliction with another energy, and I think this energy is connected to Oya. Like I said, honey, we don't really put, and that's why I think that we had this conversation, Jay. I think it was a private conversation because I'm like, I don't really put secrets and gems out there, to the public like that, because now people are becoming specialists, on shit. Now people know, now they're acting like they know these gods and goddesses. And I'm just like, girl, first of all, girl, and I keep going back on this. A lot of people love devas and they love demigods and they love Roman gods and Romanists, but they'll never date these people. And that's a little weird to me. How are you worshiping Hindu gods and goddesses, but you will never date an Indian man or Indian woman? You probably never even had an Indian dish. And we're talking about Indian. Fuck by way of. We're talking about India. We're not talking about, well, I'm dating an Indian guy, but he's Jamaican. Okay, girl. Okay. I got my ex something for Valentine's because I still love him. I know that's right, honey. I still love you. You. Hey, I'm going to play that song there. I decided I still love you. You. I think that's Pharrell and 702. Yes, y'all. I think that's Pharrell and 702. I still love you. And the beat is like boom, 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 boom. Boom. Yeah. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Y'all ready? It says, everybody needs someone by their side. And I don't know. Listen, y'all gotta look up that song, y'all. I love that song. Yes, honey, sing. Oh, come on in here. See that here, yo, kahoo. Yes, honey, come on in here. Yes. Oh, hello. Right. Yes, these are all avatars. Come on in here. These are all avatars and/or connections of Oshun. Come on in here. And in the story, in the indigenous stories of the Mexicos, or we'll say the Mexicas, right? In the stories of that, there was twins who both had powers. But in reality, these avatars could also be switched back over into Oshun and Shango. One of the greatest love stories ever told. Okay? Yes, honey. Go ahead, girl. Oh my God, y'all! I'm taking back to back of the day when I said lip dick Willie. Oh my God, y'all! Yeah, that had me dying. I took myself out because I was thinking about Uncle Willie on Friday, right? What's his name, Willie? And what was that girl name? Something Whitley girl. She played the auntie. Remember that? And I was like, lip dick Willie. Cause y'all remember that. Y'all remember that girl. Me and Miss Thing we got at it. We got into it. She did a video that she took down, but we still got it. Where she said, it's in the archives, girl. Where she said, I don't know anybody who's willingly getting breast implants. I had a sister who had breast cancer. Anyway, she was just cutting in, y'all. She was cutting in. And she kept saying, but I got no problem against the gays. And I was like, good shit, girl. And then she's sitting over here having a conversation. He wasn't on camera. She was on camera. He was next to her, though. You saw the shoulder. And that's first thing that came to mind is you and Limp Dick Willie. Y'all, that took me out. The mysterious stairs and forests and wilderness are real. Some beautiful spiral carpet, etc. What? Didi, what? Didn't Oshun have the twins, though? There you go. Yes, honey. Geminis. That's why we're going to the Gemini story. That's why Oshun favors Geminis. And also, okay, let's get into Taurus and Gemini. People say that Taurus is Oshun, blah 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 blah. I mean, well, let's get down to the nitty gritty of it all. Allegedly, the real Geminis are actually in May. Allegedly, the real Gemini is actually in May. Taurus ends, I think, like May the 20th or May the 21st. And so, either way, that's more than half of the month that Taurus ruled the month of May. And they said that the true Geminis are those born in May. The true Cancers are those born in June. The true Leos are those born in July. The true Virgos are those born in August. That's why people who are born in August, whether you are a Leo or Virgo, you have Virgo qualities. That's why people born in July, whether you are, you know, Cancer or a Leo, you have Leo qualities and so forth, so forth, so forth. And so it's like all this should have truth to it. Depends on who's telling the story. So yes. Yes, honey. Ow. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Come on, Rasta. Thanks for the thorough email response. Happy to hear some good advice. Hope you have a good day. I should take a closer look at the class again. A lot I gotta learn. I never wanted to be a hater. Rasta, although we've never talked on the phone, I feel like your energy is very homey, rather very grounded, very I gotta know just to know, but I can learn from it. So yeah, I don't think a hater could be in the bone. I don't think you could be a hater. I don't think you have that in you like that, unless you want some content. Now, if you want some content, Rasta, I think you could pretend to be a hater, only for the content. Yes, King. Also, Mia, don't you find it ludicrous when people belittle other deities' beliefs? To every content has different. Yes, yes, yes. And you know what's so crazy? I have to stand corrected on this as well, Julie, because they were speaking about that, like people fighting over what deity is better than the next deity, and oh, you're stupid if you believe in this, da, da, da. But it's so true, because at the end of the day, the bottom line is we're going back to the root. Every god and goddess come from the same source. Every god and goddess come from the beginning. Every god and goddess is a multifacet of the supreme energy. So at the end of the day, whether you're worshiping a deity over the sweet waters, over the sour waters, over the bitter waters, over the fire, whether whatever the case is, whatever energy that is a facet of, and it's also teaches us aspects of ourselves too, because we are facets of a higher power. We are all unique in our own way. No two people are the same. And y'all, this gives me so much energy, so much inspiration, so much motivation. We are in a planet filled with 8 billion people. And there's nobody that have my fingerprints. There's nobody that has my genetic makeup. There's nobody who has every essence, every fiber of my being. They don't share that with me. So I really do stand by myself, which tells me that alone, that I am some type of god or goddess, because even my experiences are different from yours. We can experience the same thing in the same room, but our interpretation is different. And I think that's what's the beautiful part about us, and in every culture and every people and every deity and every god, every goddess, is that they all represent a greater being, but they all are unique in their own way. And so because your uniqueness differs from mine, it don't make you better than me, or it doesn't make me better than you. And that's the crazy part to even think about it, y'all. So yes, Julie, yeah, people be disrespecting cultures and belittling. I saw so many Facebook videos of these Muslim people clowning, the deities over there in India. They were throwing the statues in the water, saying these are demons. And I'm just like, girl, this is like demon worshippers calling demon worshippers demonic. Girl, this is like black people calling black people, but you're black. Nobody likes you, bitch, because you're blah blah. Okay, well nobody like you because you're black too. And then I'm like, okay, well you're blacker. And then no, you're blacker. And then going back and forth. That's what that was giving me. So I was like, girl, unsubscribe, bitch. YouTube, Facebook, stop sharing these videos. Not interested, not interested, and now stop seeing them. But I was like, girl, bye. And they reading people down, because the Punjabis and stuff, honey, Northern Indian states, girl, a lot of them are Muslim. So they were clowning the other Indians, like, oh, yeah, you're worshiping a blood demon and they're not real because why didn't they come and save you? And I'm like, well, I want to say the same thing about your deity. Because Onijah Robinson, I mean, y'all need to venerate her, honey. Because that's a goddess, girl. She came over there when nobody would come over there. They said that no black American, God damn it. Onijah, fuck you, by the way. Fuck you, Onijah. You a oompa loompa looking bitch. They said that no black American would go over there to Pakistan. I wanted to be the first one, Onijah, bitch. Fucking, ooh, girl, I can't stand that hoe now. I just thought about it right now. I can't stand that bitch. She built like an oompa loompa. She's a New York Loompa. She's a New York Oompa. Fuck her. Bitch getting on the news and shit. I ain't saying nothing unless you give me some land. $2,000 a week. Okay. Then she went into, I'm asking for 100,000, but today I need 20,000. Bitch, I wanted to be the first. Everybody want to be the first to do shit. So now I'm gonna have to do my digging and see where could be the first country that I can go to as a black trans woman. I got to think of what's the first country I can go to and kind of lay it down. Girl, go over there and bring some attention over there, girl. Because mama showed that you, and that's the thing too, girl. Onijah, honey. I can't really hate her for that, girl. I hate her because she was the first. Fuck you, Onijah. I can't hate what she did though. She helped those people get recognition, girl. She had the gay Pakistani excited about her being there, and they were like, Queen Onijah. Girl, you hear me? Oh no, they called her Sister Onijah. And that's one thing too, y'all. Indian people are very nice people. If people have to ask me what culture people I think are the nicest people, Indian. And Indian, I mean all Northern Indian, Southern Indian, Central Indian. Yeah, they got some fucked up ones, but baby, I never have any issues when I go to any type of Indian bazaar in any part of the fucking America. Baby, and they don't know English, they still try to explain to you what it is. Can we talk about it? They don't just look at you and say, oh, hunch their shoulders and shit. They're explaining to you, even in Hindi, or Urdu or Pashto, they saying, and you're like, oh, okay, you're kind of getting it. You're like, okay. And they're even like, girl, reading it to you, pointing it to you as if you're reading what they're pointing to. And I'm like, to me, that moves me, girl. They're always giving gifts. They're always being kind to you. They're sweet to you. They're the easiest to get wood from if you're a wood buyer. You're a wood slayer, girl. They're easy to get wood from there. But anyway. I'm just like, girl, I love my Indian, Punjabi, Pakistani people. Just something about that whole area over there, y'all. Regardless of what we're told, my experience with these people is very different. It's very loving. They're very loving to foreigners. They're very accepting to foreigners. When you're into their culture and you want to know about their history, they're excited to teach you. They're excited to show you the way. They're excited, girl. And I'm not just going to say Indians, but also going into the Afghanistans, the Afghanistans, all the Stanis, all the Stans, girl, they get excited when you're new. They're like, oh my God, this is a Blackie coming to try our culture. They get excited. Girl. And so I'm grateful, honey. Yes, honey. Okay. Acting lost, not seeing what was right in front of my face was the truth. I know that's right, honey. Acting lost. Yes, honey. Judy, right. I've done that too, but the spirit is the spirit, regardless of all deities and respect. Right. I've always said this. Ocha, Hera, Santa Muerte, Sheba are all the same energies, different avatars, a different approach based on GR. You said it. And it's true. Yes, it's true. Yep. It's definitely true. Yes, honey. We're good. That's awesome. You already know. I'm just agreeing with every worry of haterism, schemy, divisive behavior. It's like being prepared for speed bumps. That's not me and it's not you. Right. And I would say this to y'all American guys, let me tell you what the creepiest thing about it. When you have a past life recall, because I'm sure y'all have had a past life recall, which by the way, those who've taken Goddess and Goddess Reawaken, if you have not received the links on past life regression, how you can, get into your past life tea, definitely hit me up today and I'll be responding back to you about that. I've had this past life regression many, many times. The first one was when I was a 19-year-old, about to be 20. I think I had another one in like my mid 20s, and then another one maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And it was to really determine this energy that's around me. Was this person a friend or a foe? And of course, Spirit showed me it was a foe. So this is why I washed my hands completely and said, bitch, we're not from the same tribe. We never had no connections like that. You were sent by the enemy to create my demise. And so you're here collecting results. So girl, when I get to the motherfucking top, you think you're going to be exposing shit. And at the end of the day, girl, I'm going to slay your ass, behead your ass like Goliath did the motherfucking giant. Hello. So either way, and I have to clap it out, y'all, to keep that energy from coming. Come on in here. So anyway, when I was like, I know that I'm connected to God and goddesses. I want these energies to reveal itself to me. And this was about 2016, 2017. And I had this experience where I was literally like falling through planes of existence. So I was seeing and I feel like I told y'all these stories too, where I was seeing every lifetime, every level of civilization, even something I've not seen before. Because I was looking at, like, they show civilizations, and it's just a good example because a lot of things you have spiritually, you can't really put into words. So okay, we see the sand era, right? We see people, walking in sand and togos and stuff like in ancient Rome, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt. We seen a place where people were naked and they had lamb wool covering their genitalia, had, claws on their neck and all shit. I saw all this, but I also saw eras and stuff where people were sleeping on seashells and just different stuff. So this was like blowing my mind. And even going into name stuff, y'all, and this is what kind of like stirred up my hunger for retracing my steps. Because I was taught things that I was never taught, and it came through me through a spiritual awakening. And when people say they had a spiritual awakening, I call my spiritual encounters a spiritual awakening because I learned about goddesses and gods and deities and energies through stuff like that. Where something came to me, I woke up and was like, what is Yokohana? And I'm like typing in Yokohana, because I had this experience and it tells you what Yokohana is and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl. And I was even telling y'all about this receipt. I don't know any, like, I know people who are into politics, but we don't discuss politics because a lot of them have different um, viewpoints from me, but they pay me. And girls, so if you're paying my rent, I really don't care if you're a Democratic, Republican, lefty, righty, if you're anti-gay, anti-trans, I don't give a fuck, bitch. Pay me my money. Hello. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Pay me my money, girl. You don't give a fuck about trannies, bitch. I need my motherfucking money. I don't give a fuck about that. So at the end of the day, we had conversations, but I was like, okay, whatever. Out of respect, let's keep this. And, you have conversations like that with people who want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about that. But either way, you guys, I am having downloads, right? I'm sitting here like, well, what is it about this person that's getting inaugurated or being exalted? Because an inauguration is to prepare somebody to be exalted, right? So this person is being exalted. What is about this person that's making this person exalted worth? Because they're not attractive. They're not really business savvy. They're not really educated like that. Everything they learned, they were self-taught, which is nothing wrong. But what's going on here? And that's when I saw what I saw. And I said what I said a couple of weeks ago on the video I did about YK and, Donald Trump and why he's so fixed on Martin Luther King and JFK and also the good shit, y'all, because his organizations are connected with that. And when I say his organizations, I don't mean the Trump organization because that's his own secret society at his own point in time. But we're talking about the mother and father societies of that society. And so either way, somebody else did an interview who I'm not connected to as well, and I'm going to post it as a receipt. They actually are very in tune and they know things because people told them things. And like I said, nobody told me nobody told me a fuck ass thing, girl. Spirit told me what I know. Can we talk about it? Nobody told me a fuck ass thing. I like saying that. A fuck ass thing. Nobody told me a fuck ass thing about YKZ, Dragon Tales, Donald Trump, because I don't give a fuck about that. He ain't giving me no money. Does he got money for me? And if he got money for me, I don't care about him. He don't got no money for me, fuck him. Anyway, but he came forward and this guy was breaking down in his 9-second clip or this 9-minute clip of why it is what it is. And it's everything I said. Y'all, this came out 11 days ago. I did my reading and stuff over a month ago. Prior to that, nobody talked about that. And I'm willing to stand corrected. Bring the receipts out. Bring the receipts out about Donald Trump being connected to an organization and actually dropping names and linkages because I did that. Come forward, drop it, and then we can say, okay, well, this was dropped on June of 2023, so you're kind of late. And then I'll be able to say, okay, you're right. Then there'll be no evidence that I dropped it first. But the fact that I talked about it, nobody talked about it, everybody's getting caught up in the loop and shit. And then now this other person came out, and I think his name is Mike C, Big Boy Mike, Big Boy CC. I can't remember. It's a heavyset black guy with shades on. I think he's a rapper, security turned rapper. He came out and did his little thing, and I just said, I'm telling you, girl, I'm telling you right now, nothing is hidden from you. And that's why I know what I know. It's okay. And he was barking at the turtles, y'all. This is why I know what I know. Come and say hi to the turtles then. Come and say hi to them then. Go say hi to them. Go say hi to the turtles then. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Girl, listen. I know what I know through spirit. Spirit says this is what it is. And that's what I said, baby. We're coming back later. Okay. And we're going to talk about some things, y'all. Okay. I'm really going to go. I have my nail appointment at 12 o'clock. And right now I was just, I feel this middle nail feel like it's getting loose. I want him to make this middle nail thick. I feel like it's getting loose right now. I don't know why I poked something and it just said, oh, girl. Yeah, my nail appointment's in 40 minutes, y'all. Woo-wee! I'm running a little late. It's okay. He can kiss my motherfucking ass. I don't give a fuck about that. Anyway, y'all. Y'all, listen, we'll be back later, okay? I see this happen a lot, come from northern religious pagans, love criticize Orisha Native records. Well, I mean, and this is crazy because people are taught to think that pagans are white and that Orisha venerators or native, worshipers are black. And there are black pagans as well, just like there were black Vikings. Okay, repeat. News. I hate to break it to you, black folk, and white folks too, because some of y'all, you raised to say Vikings, whatever. They had Negro Vikings too. They have Negroes from the Caucasus Mountain too, babe. I got to put my hands together so y'all can hear. I'm talking to the bitch in the back. They had Negroes in the Caucasus Mountain too, thousands of years ago. They had Negro caucus. So Caucasian is not just a white thing. That's why I have to unfriend the niggers over there, respectfully, niggers. I'm calling niggers respectfully. Over there, that was like, oh, girl, we don't play with people from the Caucasus Mountain. And I'm like, so who's to say you're not from the Caucasus Mountain? What do you mean, girl? Have you seen me? Girl, mama, are you dumb? Are you blind? Are you dumb? Have you seen me? Are you blind? Are you dumb? She didn't say, am I blind or I'm dumb? But she was playing that role. Like, bitch, look at me. Look at me. And I'm just like, okay. What does that mean? You have some Indians that are darker than you, but they don't identify as black people. You wouldn't even call them black neither. We have some Indian people from India that is darker than you, sis, and you don't call them brother, right? You don't say my brother. Let's have kids together, my brother. Can we talk about it? So, bitch, miss it with the bullshit. The skin don't mean a fuck ass thing. What about those genetics? Your genetics is telling me, girl, that you are an English woman. You are from England. I don't care how black you are, girl. You are from Europe. Girl, you're a European black woman, girl. I'm looking. That drove mama crazy, girl. And I said, girl, let me go ahead and unfollow this bitch and unfriend this bitch because I'm sick of this hoe. I'm sick of these dumbass people, girl, that don't know where they came from. Girl, they think they land on Plymouth Rock when Plymouth Rock landed on them. Okay? Anyway. I'll send you a picture of my new baby goats. Come on, baby goats. Yes, honey. Oh, that Elijah story's hilarious. She went there running ish. Right. Now, I do believe, now this is what I'm going to believe. I can't handle the situation. Shout out to Onijah Robinson. Yes, honey. Hold on. But I cannot help but to think about this because, allegedly she's bipolar schizophrenic. This is her son. This is not documented because she went to go see the best people over there in, Pakistan too, or yeah, Pakistan. Now she's in Dubai living it up. Long story short, they pissing and shit on her, by the way. Anyway, that's not my business. But people are like, well, yeah, she had a mental breakdown and she booked a plane ticket and she went over here and da 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 da. And I said, well, allegedly, missing people are missing. There's a lot of people that are missing allegedly because of the same thing. They had a mental breakdown. They were not on their meds. They messed in a breakdown. They went missing and nobody can find them. They're going without a trace. They even found some people who had a mental breakdown who went missing. They were found and they were like getting their help. And they were like, I don't want to go back to no shit that reminds me of my old life. Long story short, I really do believe that this somehow, some way, because is there anybody out there who knows OR prior to this? Can someone come forward and say they knew this woman? Out of all the places in the world, Pakistan, out of all the places in the world, Pakistan, I don't, like I said, to me, it's giving me Dragon Tales. Maybe we could do a live research on that together, spiritually, physically, because it's giving me storyline. Even seeing all this, I'm like, well, kudos to her for going over there and being the first black woman to do something. She's doing a little dance and shit. Kudos to her. But I'm looking like, this is giving storyline. This is giving storyline. She would be one of the first black people that are black, pro-black, that act pro-black, that instead of going to Africa to find her man, she go to Pakistan to find her man. Just so happened, the guy who she allegedly was meeting up with vanished. Allegedly, his family packed his shit up and they moved out. This is the story that they said. Something Muhammad, Kalaja, Malama, I don't know, something like that. Respectfully, I don't know. It was something Kalama Halaja Kadua. He had a long ass name. So I'm just like, can we get an interview from Muhammad? Can we get an interview from Ali Mahaj? Can we get an interview from Masuda? Can we get an interview from this man so he could tell the story? Can we also see documentation of their conversations prior to this? Can I also see the son who got his face blurred out telling his story about what actually went on? What made the mom get the passport during the time where everybody's being shut down for travel and there's a travel ban to go to other parts of the world. And it's been that way for the past, at least a good 6 months. So how is it that this woman from New York, this black woman from New York, is able to get her passport and she's able to book a ticket to Pakistan, and the TSA didn't ask, what is she doing over in Pakistan? Because, girl, they ask you questions. You trying to go to fucking Florida. You trying to go to Idaho. You trying to go to South Dakota. Well, what you going to be doing in South Dakota? How long you going to be there for? Are you seeing family and friends? Girl, you better make up something, honey. Girl, they be really in your fucking business. So they didn't ask this black woman who clearly looked like she ain't got it. Mama got her eyebrows drawn on and shit. She look like she ain't got no money. She look like she don't grow her own hair. They didn't ask her, what made you go to Pakistan out of all the places? And mama was sober enough and in her right mind enough to say, Well, I fell in love and my husband's there. Red flag! Girl, bye. And mama's so outspoken and she's so real. So I'm like, no, this is giving me storyline. This is giving that somebody, somehow, some way, uh, you know, somebody, yeah, this is giving me, there's some hands behind the scenes. I feel that. And I'm not, yeah, I'm willing to stand corrected, but I'm feeling 80% that this is some hands behind the scenes. Yeah, this is a heads behind scenes. In this day and age, we live in a world where people want to become famous, TikTok famous, whatever famous. And so people are going to extremes, girl. People are getting arrested. People are doing stupid shit. I've been watching police body camera. They had people that were TikTokers going over here stealing this shit, thought they were going to, how much shit you could leave with. You had TikTok people that got arrested for murder because they were doing stunts and stuff to get views and took somebody out. You got TikToks that were also banned because they were playing with dangerous items for views and clicks. So you're not going to tell me that in this modern day that this woman packed her bags up to probably have a pop piece and a window throw at her, probably don't have a vehicle in motherfucking New York, was able to book a motherfucking ticket. But again, hold on. I want to see how much this ticket costs. That's what I want to know. Cause now we're gonna cover some shit. Cause now I'm seeing some shit with some scams and fraud and shit. What type of job did Onisha have before she went? I think I said brow threader and shit. Girl, the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, girl. With those brows looking like that, girl. Respectfully. Girl, bye. Hold on. Hold on, let me get this together. And I'm really gonna go. Excuse me, hold on. I don't even know why I'm burping. I haven't made nothing today. Give me one moment. So let's get into this, honey. Can we get into this? So Mama was able to come up with $1,000 ticket, and she was able to be on a flight, even if she had a layover. She was able to maneuver through this to get there, not afraid of being locked up for catfish, because she wouldn't have known that it was illegal to catfish somebody over there in Pakistan. She wouldn't have known that. What would be the odds of that? Because, baby, if that's the case, all y'all need to get up on that. A lot of y'all looking for your hustles in the projects. He might be over there in Pakistan. He might be over there in Kenya. A lot of y'all need to figure out what Anaja did to get up over there and get her place to get up over there too. Girl, become a passport sister. Hello. Okay. Can we talk about it? Okay. I've always been right. Come on, roster. South Age courses are beyond marvelous. Yes, they are, honey. Yes. Any Airwalks who moved in the years prior and during colonization brought Atabe and Yakahu with them. Come on, I know that's right. I got to do work on my hobby farm so I can grow my herbs. I know that's right, honey. I know a forest firefighter, and they find stairs, trained to stay away, not to look. What? I never heard of that, and I'm actually related to forest firefighters. Matter of fact, I'm Dee, you're gonna make me ask them what is the most mysterious things they've encountered. I'm related to them, young and old, and I also know someone right now who I have a business connection with, who's also a forest fighter. Yes, honey, he's always going on fucking tour. Hello. Okay, I love that show because of the different God, but not once was a same God in the same room. Example, there was Yemaya in the room. They didn't bring Aphrodite there, right? Oh my God, I didn't even realize. LOL, I must need to change my name. It's too old. Not trying to appropriate. I don't know. I hope my words and actions matter more than name, but I see it probably matter. Well, let's say this. Over here, I try to keep this a safe zone, a respectful zone. And I will say this as a human being, spiritually inclined or not, I do have a right to be upset at people who I feel like can be who could do better. So I am not here to judge you based on name, gender, creed, religion, viewpoint. political views. Baby, you're human just like me. And at the end of the day, we all can get it. Okay, no tea, no shade. We all could get it. Whether you're a Republican, Democrat, whether you're Jewish, Muslim, black, white, girl, at the end of the day, if an asteroid come tumbling down here, girl, we all gone. Hello. You all got to pay taxes. Ain't no exemption because you're a Republican or you're a Democrat. Either way, we all know what it's like to be human. We all have human experiences. But of course, I speak about matters that affect me. You know, I always talk about black people because black people actions could possibly affect me. People have had their viewpoints of me because they see my kindred people, not my kinfolk, but my kindred people. And they say, bitch, you know what? You're just like them too. You're a thief like them. You're a liar like them. Here go another black bitch. So, you know what I mean? So I have a right to speak about the shit I see with that. When it goes down to the LGBT community, I have a right to speak about that too, because the same standards I have for myself and people expect me to have, I expect my other people to have. Me coming into this, Rasta, and I'm going to be done, me being a person of whoever I am, I represent people who look like me, who act like me, who talk like me, who walk like me, whether I like that or not, right? So the idea that I'm coming into this space as a whole, healed person, I know my position in the world that I'm in. I understand my power in the world that I'm in. And so even though you dislike people who could be black, just because you dislike people who could be a woman, just because you dislike people who could be trans, just because you dislike people who could be big booty, big breasted, and you've had bad experiences with the people, so you have a reason for disliking these people. I'm gonna do everything consciously and unconsciously to prove you, first of all, wrong, that your stereotypes that you placed and limitations that you placed on people like me are incorrect. And for two, I'm going to show you that we're one and the same because I am whole, I am healed, I am healing, and I have the same type of prejudices, the same type of racist, uh, incorrect views as you, right? And so that's what it comes to when I see other people too. I'm like, unless you were raised in a farm, unless you were raised under a rock somewhere, I definitely think you should get grace for your ignorance and your representation or lack thereof. But when you clearly have knowledge in 2025 or 2023 or 2021 or 2020 or 2017, 2016, 2015, in the age of information where we can Google everything, we can look up how to put a wig on, we can look up how to suck dick, we can look up how to put on a condom, we can look up how to get EBT, we can look up how to get Social Security. We live in an age where you could type shit on at the matter of click, 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 click. And you not properly educate yourself on how you can be a better you, tells me that you don't really care about your position and power in this world. And if you don't care about your position and power representation in this world, guess what happens? People will start to tell the story for you. So now other people's story are being told for them because the ones who have the opportunity to tell the story did not tell the story. And even going into all the shit that's going on, people who know me personally, their viewpoints of me have not changed. Their connection with me has not changed. And it's come out their own mouth. It has not changed. You know why? You know why? Because I've proved them wrong from the very beginning that we're not all that set. We're not all that way. We don't all do those things. That's not my story. My story is not trauma based. I did not have any type of inflictions. When I look at myself in the mirror, I did mirror work. I did and that's another thing too. Representation deals with your own how you see yourself. How you see yourself is how you present yourself to the world. If you don't care how you look, you present yourself to the world in a I don't care how it looks situation. If you don't care how you behave, you don't care how you talk, you don't care how you walk, it's not about you, I'm this way because this is who I am. No, girl, that's what we all say when we lack knowledge of self. That's what we all say when we've been programmed to think that bonnets and pajamas is who we are. That's what we were programmed to think that because we're LGBT or gay, we're dick thirsty. That's a program. Okay? Who you are, because you're unique, who you are is who you found on your journey of finding yourself. When you find yourself, that's when you come out into the world. I'm ready to show you who I am. But like I said, there's a lot of misunderstanding going on, and a lot of people are upset about it because of misrepresentation. And unfortunately, like I said, I'm upset about people who look like me, who represent themselves in a I don't give a fuck manner. And so I want you to know, if you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. So they don't give a fuck neither. So they getting us all together, and bitch, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be good because bitch, I'm doing my work. At the end of the day, girl, that means I need to be open to a relationship to be kept for the next 4 or 5 years. So be it. That's what I'm gonna do. But at the end of the day, girl, you didn't give two fucks about us all being equal and being respected. And this is racial, this is sex, this is gender based, this is religion based, because you wasn't holding yourself accountable. You were coming out here with glued on toupees and shit. You were coming out with beards and makeup on with big titties and shit. Talking about you were misgendered and all that. You came out here with a dashiki with platinum blonde wig on. And people are like, wait, are you pro-black, you anti-black? And now you're upset because they're clocking your tea, but I am black. Look at me. Yeah, okay. So it's just a lot with a lot going on. So over here, like I said, this is a safe space. And, I try to encourage a healthy, space for people who are trying to find themselves and give you the tools. But I will, personally speak on things and that I feel like, that bothers me. I will. Okay. There you go. That's it. Okay. So yeah, honey, if you're not really a Rastafarian, honey, we don't care. Okay. I don't care. Rasta, I don't give a fuck if you're not really a Rastafarian. Um, if your name is not really Riley, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? What matters is are you here with good intention or bad intention? That's the real question. Are you here to help people understand you or chastise people when you don't understand yourself so they don't understand you? Can we talk about that? Are you here to teach people something about yourself because you know who you are, or you don't know who you are, so you don't know how to teach people how to treat you? And that's what it comes down to. People don't know how to treat you because you don't know who you are. You didn't teach them how to treat you. You didn't say, it's ma'am, not sir. You didn't say it's a doctor, not peasant. You didn't say I'm a queen, not a slave. You didn't teach them that because you didn't know. You didn't know that's what it's about. I'm done. That's powerful to know. Makes a person more conscious of representation, right? 100%. I'm telling you. And I'm only speaking of my own experience, Rasta. I'm only speaking of what I consciously think and do when I go out. When I go out, the first thing I think about is, yeah, I'm representing myself and I'm different from other people. But to the outside eye, I look like everybody else. To the outside eye, I'm just like the next person. So when they see me, they're not saying, oh, maybe this is somebody different. If they clock that I'm trans, oh, well, maybe this is a different type of tranny. If they clock that I'm a woman, oh, maybe this is a different type of woman. If they clock that I'm black, oh, well, maybe this is a different type of black. If they clock that I'm anything, oh, then maybe this is a different type. No, girl, they see me, they're going to immediately say, oh, hell no, here's another black bitch. Oh, she probably ghetto. Oh, hell no. Oh, this is another tranny. Oh, this bitch is probably thirsty, perverted, and dick thirsty. Oh, my God, hide your kids. So I'm already coming out in the world knowing that this is the mindset they have for me. So you know what I'm going to do? Rasta, I'm going to stay myself, maintain my composure. I'm going to introduce myself. Hi, my name is so-and-so. And I'm just going to let the rest do the talking. You're going to interact with me for a couple of hours, a couple of minutes. You're going to see me for a couple of days, couple of months, couple of years. And you're going to say, you know what? You told me that you were trans. But out of all the trends I know, I respect you the most because you didn't come at me with no gay shit. Or whatever the case. I'm telling you examples that I've heard over the past. So I'm like, this is what happens, right? And so if we all consciously do our part in representation, we all consciously do our part in understanding that people are only interpreting what they're being presented, then we will all give people grace and we will all collectively make changes. You don't make changes by what they say, fighting aggressively. That does not create change. A peaceful protest is me not spending my money with you. If I truly do not like Target and Walmart, and I don't, and that's why I cancel my Target credit card, that's why I do not buy anything from Walmart or Target, I'm not a fan of them anymore. The only place that I'm supporting are people that did not fall for that DEI shit, because that don't just affect LGBT people. It affect race people. It affect religions. It affect genders. It affects everything. So you want to be a sellout for some money? You ain't get my motherfucking money. That's the people. That's the peaceful protest. I'm peacefully protesting you by not giving you my money. I'm peacefully protesting you by ignoring you. That's peaceful. Aggressive is I'm about to come out, I'm about to write you and fuck you, man. You're transphobic. Oh, fuck you. Wait, honey, I'm not losing my voice. I'm not losing no sleep. I'm not getting my blood pressure rocked up. I'm not going into no fucking coma. I'm not motherfucking losing a fuck ass thing because of your own ignorance. Bitch, I'm gonna hit you where it hurts, and where it hurts is me moving in motherfucking silence. So you doing sales because you want me to come and buy. I'm gonna look at that cell and say, click, buy, block, block, block. Then you're gonna start saying, well, what's going on? Our sales are dropping. What's really going on here? Bitch, I'm gonna still mind my business. And then when you ask publicly, what happened to our sales? Or when you're filing Chapter 11 or Chapter 13 bankruptcy, then you're going to say, well, what happened to our sales? What happened? Well, remember, you don't want the gays there. You don't want the trans there. You don't want the woman there. You don't want the Muslims there. You wanted everybody to, so this is why you lost your shit. To me, like I said, that's peaceful. I'm walking out in peace. I have my sanity. I have my peace of mind. But you're not about to have me go crazy. But you ain't get my money there. So that's what we got to do. We got to hit it where it hurts. Peaceful protesting is not supporting. Bitch, don't go shop these places. Don't spend your money there. They want to do fucked up shit, bitch. I'm taking my money elsewhere. Girl, we could travel 10 miles out, 5 miles out, 30 miles out. We could do it. We need to also be watch what we spend anyway on this currency. So you need to be watching what we spend anyway right now. Girl, you need to be out there buying shit you don't need anyway. So, girl, the same shit I get at Target, I get on Amazon. And then they said that Amazon's also part of the T. So, well, that looks like I need to cancel my Amazon credit card too and go out with a bang. Just I need to go ahead and call Amazon and say, you know what? Thank you guys for these beautiful, 14 years. I signed up for Amazon Prime when a bitch was struggling. My Prime membership at that point was $4.99 a month. I felt blessed to have met you guys, to have be able to get products. I lived in a city where they didn't have products, readily available products. You guys gave me that opportunity. And now I feel like because you want to get a tax break and because you want to kiss ass and suck dirty, musty balls, that you want to do your thing, go ahead and cancel my credit cards. Go ahead and close out my accounts with you all. I really do appreciate you, and God bless you on your mission. That's fucked up, but oh well. Life goes on. What did I do before Amazon Prime? What did I do before Amazon Prime? Hello! And bitch, it's not going to be forever. They'll do some do right. Shout out to Costco for fighting it. Shout out to Aldi's for fighting that. Come on in here, Costco and Aldi's. We stand with you. We stand with you, Costco. I'm a Costco membership, active Costco membership for 3 years. We stand with you, Costco. Keep fighting that fight, baby. Okay? The same to you, Aldi's. Keep fighting that fight. Don't fall for the okie doke. Let these motherfuckers fail. Let them close out. Don't you lose out on your business, baby. Because I don't mind closing out my account with y'all asses too, bitch. Don't think of ow. And I have an executive account with y'all too, bitch. Don't play with me. I don't mind closing that account out neither. And same thing with you, Aldi's. Yes, your cereal is cheap. Yes, your oatmeal is cheap. Yes, it's healthy and clean. But baby, I don't give a fuck about that. Anywho, let me go, y'all. Come on. I want to help and grow. I know that's right. Come on in here. It sounds like we're speaking in the same room. I would say the same. I only have good intentions for being here. Exactly. Peaceful protesting, whether sparing and attention, it'll keep your own peace. Right. Because baby, I gotta be able to sleep, Rasta. I can't be worrying about anything else. I have to be able to sleep. And I do believe that where the mind goes, the rest will follow. If you truly believe, can we talk about this for a minute, y'all? And I'm gonna be done for real. We live in a world where you have options. We live in a world where you're either going to be a part of the problem or solution. We live in a part of the world where you're either left or right. We live in a world where you can either be a part of the problem or you could be a part of the solution. I would like to think that majority of people are in a headspace of anger, aggressiveness, um, tyrant energy, fight, 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 right? And of course, anyway, I won't get into that because that's a little too deep. But a lot of people are in that space. There are a few of us, like myself, who know that there's people actively fighting still behind the scenes for us to have what is that we need to have. What I want to do consciously, because I'm spiritually attuned and spiritually prepared at all times, is I want to give my positive thoughts. I want to give my positive intention. I want to do my positive spiritual working to protect not only myself, but those who are also doing the positive working behind the scenes. They need my energy. The people who are ready to fight, who are ready to flight, the ones who are, they already have enough energy. So, like I said, if I know that my mind is important and my mind is powerful, because we all have powerful minds and all of our minds are important. Even that one brain could make a big difference. Look what you manifested. Look around you in your life. Look what you manifested. That shows you how powerful your brain is. And if you manifested nothing but bad, that still shows how powerful your brain is and you just misused your power. If you manifested a good, peaceful life where you sit in silence and peace and you're manifesting, you're getting what you need and you're getting what you want, you've manifested and used your power to your greatest good or for its greatest good. So the same thing with this. I'm going to put my mind into the positive, halfway full. There's more to come. Yes, we have little obstacles in the road. Yes, there's little stumbling blocks that's been put in front of us. But I know that this too shall pass. So I'm going to feed into the positive energy. I'm going to keep my mind on the positive energy. And that's where the seed is going to be sown. Versus, I know where my mind goes, the rest will follow. And if I sow into the bad side, now the bad is going to grow. What do I want for myself? Because it's not about collective energy at once. Collective energy is the add-on. That's what people don't understand. Everything that we see that happens with the governmental stuff is the collectiveness of consciousness. That means that something started and then people started adding on and adding on and adding on and adding on. And now it grows and now it's out of proportion. Now it's throwing everything out of balance. But there has to be balance. So if I know that my mind has power and I know that my input creates a greater outcome, right? Because without me being there, that space will be empty and that space has to be filled with something. I'm going to put my good energy and my good space into the good fight and the good side. And I'm going to only have good thoughts. And anytime I think about bad shit, like, oh my God, what happened if this and that happened? I'm going to speak good and say, God, I trust that you brought me this far to keep me floating. I trust that the people who are fighting for my rights and my freedom, who have been fighting for my rights and my freedom, I trust that they have the power and the tools to continue to do it. And then I'm also going to say a prayer for them. Allow them to have the wisdom, allow them to have the courage, allow them to keep being bestowed with knowledge to fight what it is that they're fighting, because they're fighting the oppressor. And that's what I'm going to speak about. That's what I'm going to give out there. When I'm doing my spiritual work, I'm going to give them offers. I'm going to give their spirits offering. When I'm out here drinking my water, I'm going to give them libations. I'm going to also give them encouragement and powers. I'm also tell spirit this and spirit that. Like, that's what I'm going to do. Versus feeding into the opposite energy, because they know that negative energy, they feed off negative energy. So negative talk feeds their energy. I'm not feeding their energy, honey. They're not getting fed by me. They get fed by everybody else. They're not getting fed by me, though. I'm going to keep it positive. I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to keep it right. And I'm going to keep it very white by saying, honey, you won't win. You won't win going low. And that's it. God did not bring you this far to fail you. So there we go, y'all. That's it for me. I gotta go. Baby, I'm running way behind, girl. This motherfucker, he's gonna fucking gag. I know he told me he had to leave at motherfucking 1 o'clock, but bitch, we're gonna make this work. Hello! Hello! Let's talk about it. The devil want to keep me from getting my nails done today. Fuck the dumb shit. Devil, you ain't stopping for getting my motherfucking nails done today. Ho. And I say that respectfully. Anyway, y'all. Bye for now. Good talking to y'all. Thank y'all. Bye for now, y'all. See y'all soon.